The Singapore Democratic Party introduced its team of 4 candidates on 13 April 2025 to contest in Marsiling-Yew Tee Group representation constituency in the upcoming general election. The candidates are Jufri Salim, Alec Tok, Dr. Gigene Wong, and Ariffin. The announcement was made after a walkabout at the Marsiling Lane Market and Food Centre. Party leader Dr. Chee presented the slate and reiterated that the constituency forms a key part of the SDP's Northern Strategy, which also includes Sembawang GRC and Sembawang West single-member constituency. Marsiling-Yew Tee GRC has been contested by the SDP since its formation in 2015. The PA, led by Prime Minister Lawrence Wong, has held the GRC since then. In both 2015 and 2020, the SDP lost to the PAP, garnering 31.27% and 36.82% of the vote respectively. This year, the PAP will contest the GRC with the same lineup: PM Wong, Senior Minister of State Zaki Mohammed, Northwest District Mayor Alex Yam, and MP Haney So. Speaking to the media, Dr. Chee said the SDP would campaign across Marsiling-Yew Tee and Sembawang to form a solid bloc of candidates addressing shared national concerns, including cost of living, population growth, and mental health. He argued that the PAP had failed to mitigate rising costs, linking issues such as public transport fares, housing prices, and the goods and services tax hikes to PAP policy choices. After 6 years of PAP rule, you are still telling Singaporeans to cope, he said, calling on PM Wong to present a detailed plan to reduce living costs, rather than rely on short-term rebates and vouchers. Dr. Chee also pressed PM Wong to state clearly his vision for Singapore's population growth, citing growing concern over immigration and infrastructure strain. He further raised mental health as a crisis-level issue, particularly among youth. SDP Organising Secretary Jufri Salim, contesting for the first time, began his remarks in Malay before laying out economic policy proposals. He called for the scrapping of GST on essential items, removal of water taxes, affordable healthcare, and a reduction of the GST rate from 9% to 7%. Jufri also advocated for the replacement of the current 3M healthcare system, with an alternative plan prioritizing need over ability to pay. He praised the work of the Marsiling-Yew Tee grassroots team, noting that more than 70% of its members are local residents who have served the community since GE 2015. "It would be an honor to serve this GRC," said Jufri. "We are here to improve the quality of life, not just talk about walkways or rebates." Theatre director and filmmaker Alec Tok, a former Red United candidate in 2020 and an SDP candidate in 2011, questioned the impact of recent GST increases on everyday Singaporeans. Tok noted that a 2% rise in GST has a compounding effect as goods move through the supply chain, causing costs to rise far beyond the headline figure. "This burden is much more than 2%, he said, asking the Prime Minister to explain under what conditions the GST might be lowered again, or whether such a reversal would never be considered. He also addressed foreign manpower policies, questioning their long-term effects on employment and social mobility. "Do you believe underemployment is too small a concern to deserve full attention?" he asked. Tok argued that reversing failed policies would energize Singapore's workforce and provide opportunities for those currently sidelined. Dr. Gigene Wong, who contested with the Progress Singapore Party in 2020, delivered her speech in Mandarin, criticizing what she described as a misplaced reliance on short-term support schemes like the Community Development Council vouchers. She described the rising cost of basic goods, such as eggs increasing from 3.80 Singapore dollars to 6.80 Singapore dollars per tray, as indicative of a broader affordability crisis. Wong questioned why, in a developed country, citizens must depend on vouchers to meet basic needs. "We are a first-world nation with world-class infrastructure and financial systems," she said. "So why are people still lining up for CDC vouchers every month?" She likened the voucher policy to placing a bandage over a deep wound, adding that it does not address systemic issues such as wage stagnation and cost inflation. Wong called on voters to back SDP's long-term policy alternatives and send a message for change. Legal executive and Wake Up Singapore founder Ariffin addressed mental health concerns, particularly among young Singaporeans. Citing a study by the Institute of Mental Health, he said that 1 in 3 youths report severe symptoms of depression or stress. He linked the mental health crisis to broader socio-economic pressures, including the rising cost of housing and education, and a perceived lack of opportunity for upward mobility. "We are no longer dreaming about the 5 Cs, he said, referring to the traditional aspirations of Singaporeans. "Now we're asking whether we can afford to start a family at all." Ariffin also spoke about the importance of representation and accountability in Parliament. He suggested that tighter electoral margins, not necessarily outright wins, improve policy responsiveness. "History shows that when the PAP faces close contests, Singaporeans benefit," he said. He ended with an appeal to young voters in the north, encouraging them to participate in the electoral process and walk this path together. Marsiling-Yew Tee GRC has seen straight fights between PAP and SDP in the past 2 elections. As of now, no other opposition party has announced plans to contest the constituency. Dr. Chee confirmed he will contest Sembawang West SMC, while party chairman Paul Tambia will stand in Bukit Panjang SMC. Last week, the party also unveiled its candidates for Sembawang GRC. As the election approaches, the SDP is positioning itself not only as an alternative voice, but as a party with specific solutions to long-standing economic and social issues, framing the Marsiling-Yew Tee contest as a referendum on Prime Minister Wong's leadership.